This is the original shifter from this bus, and I just happened to come across an MP short shift shifter. So before I start that installation, I'm going to be working on the shift rod, specifically the shift rod bushing that sits at the front and the shift rod coupler that sits at the back and connects to the transmission, trying to get rid of the sloppiness on the shifting. Um, so let me show you. That's first, and we have, it's not excessive play, but a little play. That's neutral. Third, second, fourth, reverse. So not too bad, but I mean, you get used to it. So I came across this short shifter, so I'm gonna give it a try, and most of all, uh, do the bushings and then go from there. Here's the base of the original uh, shifter, still on the vehicle. It it works pretty good. I don't have any trouble shifting, finding gears, first, second, third, fourth, reverse. I'm just trying to get rid of the sloppiness of the shifts. So I'm thinking that the first thing to do, because I know in this position, this base where it's at, it all works good. So I'm gonna mark the position of it. So I'll just scribe here, try to scribe where it's located. That way, if I whenever I have to come back and put it back on, I know, have a good idea where it was before I started taking stuff off. So the idea is actually to replace it with a short shifter, but just in case, I thought it'd be a good idea to mark where we are right now. Not easy working in here, but we can get it done. There you go. Now we're at the back, shifting rod, um, coupler, the shifting coupler. I'm sorry, where the shifting coupler meets the shifting rod, and we can see there's a little bit of play here, uh, side to side, and let's see, that's front to back. So this is what we're gonna be working on. We're gonna need to take this coupler out, put the new one in, and keep on rolling. That's the middle coupler that attaches the front of the shift rod to the rear part of the shift rod. So we need to undo that to separate them. Okay, we're back again under the bus. And we're going to be taking out this grub screw so we can remove the coupler that holds together the two-piece shift rod. And we're going to use an 8mm wrench to do that. It shouldn't be super tight. Shouldn't. And I think a lot of the buses, uh, this bolt right here is safety wired. This one doesn't look like it is. Let's see. I mean, definitely not safety wired, but I don't know if it's got a hole for the safety wire. Let me check. No, it doesn't have it. So I'll just leave it here so I don't lose it. So now we've effectively have loosened the shift rod front to the back. Let's see now how far we are. I'm back under the bus. This moves, no problem. Okay, now I can see. Almost there, but not quite. Put this back in here. No, I can't. Just leave it down. Let's see. It's got about 1/8 of an inch. That I still have to deal with. Of course, if I take the back off, then they'll probably do it. So let's do that. So what you do is you put a screwdriver here, a flat driver, on this side so that it doesn't spin. Then with a 10mm wrench, you can undo the screw that's holding the pin. Once you pulled out the screw with a 10mm wrench, uh, you can pull out this pin that's holding the coupler together with the shift rod. And this is the pin that came out of the coupler. Next, to be able to pull out the shift coupler, we need to take out the grub screw using a 10mm socket wrench. You can take that off, and it should slide out. Should. It slides out, and there you have it. We're back at the front of the shift rod, and here's well, the coupler we had taken out. We already took out the one in the back that hooks up to the transmission, so now we should be able to slide these two apart. go. Now they're apart. Now we can work with this front one so we can change the bushing where the front of this rod goes into. So I'm going to proceed to take it out. So here's the rod at the front, the shift rod, and it's inside the bushing. So now I can proceed to pull it out. It's out now, and I'm going to pull it out of under the bus so I can clean it and then proceed to install the new bushing. So the shift rod, the front section of the shift rod is out. Uh, I cleaned it, inspected. There's no pits, any rust on the part that slides. So we're going to get ready to change the bushing so we can put this part back in. Here's a bushing that's going to be installed. It came in a bushing kit that I bought. The kit is 211798 211 shift bushing kit for T2s from 55 to 79. So this is the part that we're going to be using out of this bag, and this slides right in there. But first, this part has to go uh, in the front of the bus. I got to place this first, put a little bit of grease in it, and go from there. I'm going to proceed to try to take the bushing out. Have a flat screwdriver, and out it goes. So here's the bushing I just took out. Here's a new one. They look like it is a good replacement part. The new bushing is in position now. It just pops right in there. It's a soft rubber, so shouldn't have much trouble. Now we're gonna put a little grease in there, grease her up, and then slide the rod, the front section of the shifting rod, slide it in there. So we're done installing the front bushing. You can see all that grease that we put. All this grease right here doesn't need to be there. That's just the grease that I pushed out. But here's the rod. Where is it? The rod is right there, and then it goes in there. This is the movement that it'll be doing: side, 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 and in and out. So let's go to the back. Okay, so after considering different things, I ended up using the new coupler uh, with the grub screw that it came with. And the only change is that I put a bolt through here. Um, and it's a bolt that's an M6 bolt with a nylon nut, so it stays there and looks pretty good. I'm moving. There's not much slop. I mean, the slop you see is in the transmission, but that's a different game. So that's it here at the rear. So now I got to go to the middle coupler and put it all together there. What I was trying to explain with the coupler that's already on that I finished putting on is that I'm not too crazy about this design. I don't know why it's done like this, uh, but this little tube goes in there, of course, and then the shift rod piece goes in here. This goes through it, right? The shift rod tube goes through it, and then you put this screw in through this side. The thing is that once you're getting it tight, this is just a piece of thin metal that's crimped here or something. The thing is, you get it tight in there. Once you get it tight, and you feel like, okay, it's tight now, then you just feel it skip, click, skip, skip. So I didn't like that part. That's why I just said, okay, I'm gonna take this guy out, put this piece in, and then put a bolt through here, and then a nut. And to me, that's a lot more secure. Uh, and then I can get it as tight as I need to get it. And that's what I did. I'm back in the middle where the two shift front sections come together. So I'm going to put them back in. The front goes right there. There's a grub screw that goes in here. So I just need to push this guy back in. And so I got the grub screw here. Put it back in. It takes, it's a square grub screw, but 8 millimeter will work. And just get her tight. So here I have the original shifter that I just took off the two OEM bolts, 13 millimeter bolts that uh, holds it to the floor. And next I have the MP trigger short shifter that I'm going to try now to install. I've greased it up. These are the two spacers. There's one that's higher than the other one, and the two 13 millimeter bolts that are going to be holding everything together. This is a shifter I bought at a swap meet. It was sold as new, never used. When I got home and I opened it, my mistake not opening it at the swap meet right there, but anyways, that's my mistake. It came without the shifter boot, and it was actually missing a couple of the washers, but that's no big deal. The shifter boot, well, I just have to order it off the internet. That's the cost of your mistakes. But here's the label to the shifter. So let's get on with the install. That's what I'm going to do next, and then give it a try. The instructions call to measure from the top of the shifter socket, which is where the shifter ball goes in, to the bottom here of the floor. So let's do that. it would be about there. So that would be the 3/4. It's about 3/4 of an inch. So we should need the larger of the spacers. We should be needing this one here, which is 3/4 of an inch. So I'm gonna proceed to install the shifter with this spacer in there, and then we shall test putting it back into the socket. There, it fell into the socket right there. Fold this guy a little bit. I'm gonna be cutting this piece, trimming it a little bit after I'm done, and after I have the needed boot, shifter boot. Just installed the 13mm bolts. The second one. So I'm all the way to the back and towards the driver's side. That's where I'm going to start my adjustments, or that's the position I'm going to have to start with. I need to center that spacer a little bit. Getting ready here to do the hopefully the final test of the trigger shifter. And last time that I recorded, I didn't have the boot on yet, and now you guys can see that received the boot and put it on. And also I did originally, all this was placed as far towards the driver and back. I did a test on that. I was having trouble shifting into from second to third, so I came back, unbolted or loosened these bolts, and then moved this more towards the center, front and back, and side to side, and that's what we're gonna test now. It feels better. So let's go ahead and test it. And of course, with the boot on now, it looks more like a finished product. Hope to be the final test. And let's see how she shifts. Okay, neutral. First, second, third, fourth. Reverse. I have a long driveway, so backing out of it just to go around the block, see how she feels. No problem getting it into reverse, no problem getting into first, second. Very nice, smooth. I used to have a problem with the original shifter going from third to second. It was you would really have to find the spot where you could engage second. On this one, like right there, I'm in third. If I needed to shift to second, just that without a problem. I like it. Uh, Big progress on the shifting. Third, fourth, fourth to third, not a problem. Third to second, easy peasy. I like it. I think this has been an improvement. Uh, Starting with the shifter, the shift rod coupler, uh, the shift rod bushing, and now with this empty trigger shifter that makes the shifts a lot shorter, and everything is a lot more precise now. So I like it. Thank you, sir. First to second, easy. I used to have to fiddle with it to get it into second, and if someone else was driving, well, I would just wish them good luck. All right, I think we're going to conclude our test. Um, Everything's working as it should, and I like it. So now it's time to get on with the next project. There's a long list. There's a long list of things that I would like to get done, and it's still waiting for more parts. So this concludes the test of the shifter mechanism and the shifter itself, and happy with the results. Recommend it. I've never, by the way, I've never tried any other quick shifter that's available in the market. This is the less expensive of all of them, and like I said in the beginning, on part of the video, I picked up this at a swap meet. It was claimed to be new. I don't see a problem with it, other than it didn't have the boot, but now we have a boot, so I have a complete system, and I like it. I'm happy.